My name is Debra Shields, and I was a resident at the Salvation Army Shelter for Women and Children. Well, in my home there were drugs, and I was a user, and I had to use to keep peace in my home. There was hopelessness because I didn't want to raise my children in that type of atmosphere. I wasn't raised in that kind of atmosphere, so therefore I didn't want to have them be in that same scared atmosphere or think that it was okay when they grow up and get boyfriends and husbands, that it was okay for the physical violence to be, that's supposed to be a part of your life, because it's not. And so to be in that circumstance, it was just not good. And I just watched my children be sad for me all the time. And they watched me, so I didn't want them to think that this is the way life was supposed to be led, and that it was not acceptable, and I can tell them, but if I'm not showing them that, then I'm like a hypocrite. So it was for me to make the decision to make the move so that I could show them how we're supposed to live as a home, as a family. I actually felt at ease because I actually had a roof over my head for the night, whether it was for 1 or 2 nights. It didn't matter to me because that particular day they received me. They receive you really well. They're happy. When they approach you, they don't judge you by the circumstances, situations that has brought you there. Matter of fact, they don't do a lot of dwelling on it. They do things that try to help you as far as the counseling and things like that. I was told by one of the case managers there not to leave the shelter, until God told me to leave the shelter. Well, the shelter is like 45 days, and at the most maybe 90. And I want you to know that the Salvation Army kept me for a whole year, and they received and loved my children and supported them. They have a daycare, so that I was going to school and they could go to daycare in the facility, in the basement of the facility where I lived. And that just made things so fantastic. I started college. I went back to school and I graduated from the Chef's Academy in 2010. I went my whole first year to school. I was in the shelter with me and my children. And I never felt once that I was going to be put out on the street because I had went past my time. It's been 7 years. And I have a relationship with my case manager just like I did when I lived in the facility. Dina checks on me if she doesn't hear from me, she calls me. And then if I don't hear from her, I call her. She just checks to see if I'm okay, if the girls are okay. I have a career. I am a chef. If it weren't for the Salvation Army, I probably would be dead. I'm so sure for the life that I was living. Salvation Army, if anybody wants to get their life right, if anybody wants to do the right thing, they know it's right, Salvation Army is there to help. My name is Debra Shields, and I am a miracle.